Good evening, everyone. Welcome along to the Worldwide Gooner Elite. We are back again. It's just me for now. Wayne's going to be hopefully on a little bit later. Here with Matt today, the Southampton fan, and Kieran, who's a Wolves fan. We'll hopefully have a Villa fan on a bit later as well to talk about that one. So first of all, how's things, Matt? And of course, it's been a while since we played. Now it's about 2 weeks?
Yeah, I won't lie, it's been a pretty rough 2 weeks.
And of course, we won't kind of go into why that is. Not yet anyway. And Kieran, of course, is on as well. So how's things with you, Kieran, mate?
Top of the world, mate.
Yeah?
Top of the world.
Excellent. So let's jump into the game, the Arsenal-Southampton game, first of all. And it was Southampton that took the lead early on, but it really, I know you said that you didn't see the game live, Matt, because I think you were out at the time and you didn't really get to see it. But, it really could have been quite a different start to that game because we could have been 1-0 up after, I think, about 30 seconds.
Yeah, so I hear. I think I've got a feeling I did see the second half of it.
Right.
Oh, that's right. I missed both the opening goals. Both goals apparently very good, but I still haven't seen them.
Armstrong's goal was a tidy little finish, really, and even Pepe's goal as well was a nice goal to kind of level it up.
Keeping me updated, and he told me they were both pretty good finishers.
And of course, when you go 1-0 up against Arsenal there, especially on the back and knocking us out of the cup as well, did you reckon that you could go on and maybe get a back-to-back win there?
I don't know. I've been a Saints fan too long to expect a win at any time, to be honest. So, if anything, I thought we scored a bit too early.
No.
We've got this tendency, because that cup win, I think, was our first win in 3 or 4 or something like that. So I didn't trust our ability to sit back and defend a lead. I thought we had to, try and build on it and take the lead. And I just don't think we had, or rather score a second goal. And I just don't think we had the confidence to do that at the time. But it was Arsenal's it was your 7th straight league win or something. So
yeah, in the league it was, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't absolutely gutted at losing that because I did say I'd prefer the cup win, and you said you'd prefer the league win. So
absolutely.
We both kind of got what we wanted.
Yeah, and of course, Kieran, you're obviously you're repping your Wolves shirt there. And do you reckon that you're playing Southampton twice this week? Do you reckon it's a good time to play them?
It's a great time to play them.
It's a great time to play them, especially after a 9-0 loss to United, which will probably remain a quite distant memory in this stream.
Yeah.
I don't know which one I'd rather want, to be honest. I want us to... Could this be the season where we finally win an FA Cup after now 37 years without one?
It'd be quite, it'd be nice to see either of your two sides win it really. And it's what I said to you, Matt. It's a different name on the trophy. Arsenal obviously are out. I'd love to see United get that. Do they get knocked out or are they still in?
No, they beat Liverpool, didn't they?
Yeah, they beat Liverpool. See, I'd love to see them get knocked out as well. And then it really will be a different name on the trophy, because I think United have won 12, we won 14, something like that. So
yeah. But no, I think we're in a similar sort of priority position with Wolves with regards to the FA Cup. I think we're both in that kind of not going to get relegated, probably not going to get into Europe, so let's just go for the FA Cup. And I think it might be I think it'll be one of the games of the round, if not the games of the tournament. I think both sides will really want it.
Yeah, I could see both sides really going for it as well and going strong in terms of the lineups that they have out and things like that. I don't think there'll be any players rested, or I think it'd be a very sort of full strength lineup from both teams. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I think the advantage that Wolves do have though is I think their if players are rested, I think their second string is a very very good bunch.
Yeah.
So I think their second string, if you put out a second 11 at Wolves, it wouldn't look out of place in the top 10 of the Premier League. I think.
That's very true. Yeah, that is true as well. But then again, Southampton, you not have some good young talent coming through as well. That probably only be a little while until they actually break through.
We do, but we've got so many injuries. We've had some come back, but we've got a lot of injuries, and I think a few of the players, naming no names, have showed that they're not ready for this level yet.
Fair enough. And of course, with that Arsenal game, let's jump back to that a minute. Of course, the it was 1-1, just coming into the break, and then Bukayo Saka comes up about 5-6 minutes before the break and gets the second goal there for us, and there's a lovely little bit of play and a really nice goal as well. I think I'm sure that was one of the better team goals that I've seen this season from Arsenal. Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm struggling to remember it. It was that long ago now. Was it Cedric that crossed it in? And
that was for Lacazette. That was the other one. But Cedric was proper smashing some balls across that. He was pinging the balls across that pitch that day. Yeah.
Ironically, his best ever game at St Mary's, I thought.
I thought he was fantastic as well. Playing on that left side, covering for Kieran Tierney, of course, who's still unavailable at the moment. He's still got that injury. I'm sure he was probably out training in the snow today, though, because that's what they posted last time. But I thought Cedric on the left-hand side played really well. And we'll have to touch on the Aston Villa mistake a bit later when Bernie comes on. But I think he's done okay at left-back, considering he's more of a right-sided player.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I mean, I saw a lot of Cedric. So I was never, like I said last time I was on, I was never a massive Cedric fan at Southampton. But I say without any irony whatsoever, that was his best ever game at St Mary's.
Yeah, and I agree. I thought he was great. And that third goal, what Lacazette scored, that was he pinged the ball across to Saka there, and Saka just put the ball straight onto a plate for Lacazette, and Lacazette from about 2 yards out, he's never going to miss that.
No, and of course, and we were well beaten on the night. Can't really have any complaints over that. So I think we lost to a very good team.
Yeah, and if you look at our lineup, actually, you had more shots. If you look at the stats, you had about 5 more shots than in terms of and it was level in terms of shots on target as well. And you had more possession, and
there's only one stat that matters, though, isn't there? And that's goals.
That's true.
And like I said, I didn't come away feeling bitter or angry or anything. I just thought, we've knocked them out of the cup at the weekend. I thought we did very, very well to do that, and I think to a degree we sacrificed that league game. Which I was kind of hoping we would do anyway if we had to pick one or the other. And I think we lost to a very good team in a very good run of form. So, fair play to Arsenal for that.
And of course, the Arsenal side was a lot stronger than what started in the FA Cup as well. You can see Arteta really wanted the league one out of the two. And, if you look at that lineup, it was the strongest we could have gone, really, because I think Aubameyang was unavailable as well, wasn't it, at that time? Or was he? Let's see.
Yeah,
he was. That was when he just started to have the issues with his mum. His mum being ill and that, so he wasn't part of the squad, was he?
Oh right, okay, yeah. I mean, I'm struggling to remember, to be honest.
Yeah. So, but that lineup was the strongest we could have gone. Pepe, Smith Rowe, Saka, Lacazette, Thomas Partey was in. It was the strongest we could have gone, really. So, Gabriel as well. And Matt Ryan was on the bench, and of course we'll get into him a bit later because he was forced to make his Arsenal debut at the weekend, and I thought he did really, really well. So I will have to touch on that a bit later. But of course, we also came up against you, didn't we, Kieran? Wolves just after that. And did you see it, the Arsenal Wolves game, Matt? Did you see any of that one?
I did. Was that at the weekend?
It was the midweek last week.
I didn't know because I'm just in the midst of moving at the moment, so everything's up in the air. I'm struggling to see live football apart from Saints.
And of course, that was the same day I think that you got beat 9. So yeah, we won't touch on that too much.
What day was that? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, one day it was a couple of years ago, wasn't it? By Leicester.
yeah, that's it. The Leicester game. It's quite something to. Yeah, it's quite some achievement to watch your team lose 9-0 twice in the space of 2 years.
And you were beat by 9 at the weekend as well. 9 men Newcastle.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure there's some sort
I think there's a pattern going on here.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of limerick or something we could make up for this.
Absolutely, yeah. But no, of course, I had you to win at the weekend against them. I had you to win by a few as well. But we said it before. Kieran, you're obviously the Wolves fan that we've got on here. And what did you make to that game when Wolves and Arsenal midweek? Was it Wednesday last week?
I think so, yeah. But a win's a win at the end of the day, mate.
Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, it was it was last Tuesday, yeah. A win's a win at the end of the day. But a very controversial win, I must say.
And we've got to touch on those decisions as well. Of course, we were fantastic first half. I thought, first 15, 20 minutes, we could have had 2 or 3 goals. Of course, Saka put the one in the back of the net, but it was called for offside, and right decision for me. I'm not going to argue that. But then, from there, it was basically, I think, did we score first? Yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, he scored first, yeah.
And then, of course, yeah.
Yeah, you had Pepe scored a very well-worked goal in the 32nd minute. It was quite good. But then on the break, literally just on the break, David Luiz, I think this is the most controversial red card of the season so far.
Yeah.
Obviously, the word of the law is if it's last man, not last man, sorry, and if it's accidental, it's a straight red and a penalty. Yeah. But watching the replays back every single time, he makes little contact. It's literally like a toe of contact, and William goes down. Obviously, I was happy with the penalty. William Jose was looking for that penalty, and he wanted that penalty. But the red card, I think, was just a little bit too harsh. I think penalty should have stood, but it should have been a yellow card in my eyes. Shouldn't have been a sending off. It honestly shouldn't.
Yeah, when I look at that decision, the more I look at it, the more I agree as well. From first view, and it did look like it was obviously David Luiz doing a David Luiz and kind of getting caught in position as always. But then if you look at it back and you watch it from a number of different angles and sort of slow it down and kind of look at it in the letter of the law and things like that, then I'm probably with you that it should have been a penalty and just a yellow. And then it's a different game. Yes, it's going to be 1-1. Yes, you've scored just before half time, but we've still got 11 against 11.
Yeah. Would have been a bit more of a decent game, and obviously Ruben Neves' penalty as well. You are never saving a Ruben Neves penalty.
Not if you.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone save a Ruben Neves penalty. If you smash penalty like top bins, that's never going to be saved.
No,
I don't even think the goalkeepers of yesteryear would save one of Neves' free kicks.
Or penalties, exactly. Yeah, and
penalties. Yeah.
Of course, that second half was a completely different game, really, and that goal that you scored to win the game as well. Wow, what a strike that was!
That was.
Even as an
Martinho
Arsenal fan,
scores very little goals.
Yeah. Now even as an Arsenal fan, I've watched that back 3 or 4 times just to sort of see whether it hit the crossbar or went straight in or whatever. But it was some finish, wasn't it?
Oh, it was definitely a goal. It's definitely a goal of a season contender. And Ruben Neves will be very proud of him for that one, because that was a fantastic finish. It's definitely one for the books. And obviously, João Moutinho only scored 3 goals in his Wolves career. 1 in the Championship and 2 in the Premier League. So he scores very little goals, but when he does, he scores good ones. I mean, I think it was Southampton last year when he scored that free kick, and he's at a 90-degree angle to the goal.
Yeah, I was just about to say, has he scored one like that against someone else? And I didn't realise.
Yeah, Southampton. Southampton last year. It was a free kick. I remember sitting at work. It was at St Mary's.
Oh, I'm just struggling to remember that one.
It was at St Mary's. He literally just free kick, nice cheeky. To be honest, Bennett was supposed to go for it, but he missed it. But luckily, it curled top bins. It was great.
And of course, we've still got to touch on another incident in that game as well, and it's Bernd Leno. Like, what was he doing? I have no idea what Leno was doing. He's basically come out. He's decided that he wants to try and go for the header, and then he changed his mind and just punches it out for a throw-in, but sort of snidely. So it's basically he kind of thinks that ref might not see it. Yeah.
The card should stand, because there's no way you can say that's not a handball. But what the card went down for, I think it's wrong. We did not have a goal scoring opportunity from that, because no player was anywhere near it. It went down as a denied goal scoring opportunity. But
no. I'll tell you why. It's gone down to denied goal scoring opportunity, because it's Traore coming on. If that's like any other player, because it's Traore and because Traore's speed, that's the reason they're giving it.
Yeah, but I still think it should have just gone down as a red card handball. I know he's quick, but
yeah, but then you could argue that outside your area, normally 99% of the time that's a yellow card, not a red.
Yeah.
But then I think that the reason that it was changed to a red, in my opinion, was because it's Traore.
I don't know. Well, handball's a handball at the end of the day, isn't it?
As I said to you at the time, but yeah, handball's handball.
Yeah, handball's handball at the end of the day.
Yeah,
especially from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he's out of his area and whatever. But I think it's just stupid for him to do that. And of course, we had to bring on Runnison, and actually, considering all the abuse that Runnison's been getting, I thought he did all right.
You did for 9 men. You did spectacularly well, because we could have easily just popped past 3 more past you.
Yeah.
But he did spectacularly well. I actually felt sorry for the amount of abuse he was getting from Arteta, because he was shouting at him, bolling sweat. I was like, he's a new goalkeeper. I mean, come on.
That's his second
He's inexperienced in the Premier League. If you're inexperienced, you coach. You don't shout. You coach. I mean, that free kick at the last minute, where he was literally like, excuse the language here, but bollocking him to get down to take that free kick. I'm just like, just signal him. Don't shout at him. I mean, come on.
And it was actually going back to the Southampton game. There was some James Ward-Prowse, the free kick in that one with Leno as well. And yet again, I had my money on James Ward-Prowse to put that one into the back of the net with the set piece quality that he's got. But Leno there was fantastic as well.
Which one is this? The league one?
Yeah.
I can't remember it off the top of my head. The free kick.
But even the FA Cup, there was one in the cup as well, wasn't there?
Yeah. I think there was one in the cup. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Thing is, James Ward-Prowse, he's just so good at free kicks. I mean, he always has been, but until a couple of years ago, he would always kind of hit the post or put it into the side netting, and they would always just go too close to take him off set piece duties. But yeah, just lately, I would say we probably get one of those per game. And if he doesn't score, he works the keeper or he bends it just over. I think we had one the other day. It was just too close, if you know what I mean. He couldn't get it up and down. But even then, I think it just skimmed the bar. So he's just so good at them. I can't think of a better set piece taker in the Premier League.
No, absolutely not. And I think he's got to be in the England squad as well for the...
absolutely.
He's got to be in there. There's a number of players, though. If you look at Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he goes for me, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish.
I think Phil Foden has just got it. He's one of the first names on the team sheet for me.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Well, if not on the team, but in the squad.
And of course, whilst we're waiting for Wayne and Burnley and stuff, you two played twice this week in terms of the FA Cup and the league. So, talk me through which way you see that going and, what do you favour? Do you favour the league or do you favour the FA Cup?
Both.
Yeah, both.
Favouring the both as we can, but obviously, looking at Southampton's form in recent Premier League games, you look at their last 5 games, it's 5 losses on the bounce.
Yeah.
Which is quite difficult. So I'm going to think maybe Southampton will want the league game more, but I don't know what's going through that lovely man's head right behind me.
You can't really see him too clearly.
Yeah. I think I said the cup win over Arsenal that I'd prefer that one. So I think it'd be quite foolish of me now to kind of go for the league. So I'm just going to say the cup, just because I would love to win the FA Cup. Like, we've only ever done it once, and I wasn't born.
We've won it 3 times, and I've not been born. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 76 we won it.
14 times, and I think I've seen like 10 of them. So there we go.
Yeah, so yeah, you're in a bar.
Yeah, you've had enough now. Let someone else do it.
But I think there's no better time for a club like Southampton or Wolves to win it. I just think that there's going to be so many teams like Liverpool. Man City will want to strengthen their grip on the league. Man United will want to finish in the as high as they can. So I think there'll be a lot of big teams that are kind of foregoing the FA Cup a little bit this season. So I mean, the only one is Spurs still in it.
Yeah, they beat Marine, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes, of course they did.
The teams who got left is Burnley, Bournemouth, United and West Ham, Swansea and Man City, Leicester and Brighton, Sheffield United and Bristol, Everton and Tottenham, Wolves and Southampton, and then Barnsley and Chelsea.
Okay.
I mean, Barnsley in the 5th round of the FA Cup.
I know that Everton and Tottenham game though as well. I'd be, if that was Everton and Tottenham without Harry Kane, then I'd see that being an Everton win. But now Harry Kane's come back in, I think it's more of an even game again.
I mean, out of that list of teams, the only one that worries me is Tottenham, just because Jose Mourinho loves a trophy.
Yeah.
He'll want to win one in his first full season in charge because he's won one everywhere. So
he'll want to win Spurs' first ever trophy.
Sorry.
But what about Chelsea? You're not worried about Chelsea with the new manager and stuff, no? Oh, has he froze?
Oh, I think his internet's dropped out.
I think he's froze. But yeah, you can answer the same question. Are you worried about Chelsea with a new manager in?
No, to be honest. I mean, his first game in charge was against us, and we drew.
Yeah.
We held him to a goalless draw. So I'm not particularly worried about him. To be honest, we always do. We always have our better games against the top sides.
Yeah.
And obviously, back, I'm talking now 2 seasons ago when we first got promoted back to the Premier League, and we made it all the way to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, and that was one of the best away days I have ever been to. Wembley with 30,000 Wolves fans. It was especially being on the front row as well. It was behind the goal was surreal, especially when Jimenez's goal went in. My God, we went mental. But you saw what happened there. Watford, second half, bang, 3 goals done.
Yeah.
And we get it out. Which part of me was quite glad it happened because I think if we had gone to the final, yes, we would have still lost because it's Man City, obviously. But it wouldn't have been as much. We would have actually given them a decent game. But I think we would have ended up like Watford and had an absolutely shocking season the following season.
Oh, what? And ended up getting relegated, maybe?
And ended up getting relegated. Part of me thinking Europe, an FA Cup loss, and then trying to get through Europe. But then look what we did in Europe.
But then you have got that incredible squad depth, though, haven't you?
Oh, God, yeah.
Wolves.
If Jimenez hadn't had that injury, thanks to David Luiz, I think that should have been a red card. But we won't discuss that.
Well, actually, no, shall we? Concussion substitutes. Of course, that was brought in at the weekend. I don't know if any have been used yet, but it's definitely, for me, bringing in the concussion subs is the right thing to do. But then, it was kind of difficult to keep up with what they were saying about it. So I think you have to give a green card if it's for a concussion sub or a blue card for a normal sub, something like that.
Oh, I haven't got a clue. I've not read up on it, to be honest.
But I'm
just glad they've brought concussion subs in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can't see the whole thing about concussion subs. I can't see why there'd be any contention about that, to be honest. I think it's a sensible decision. The only thing is, once you start putting yellow, blue cards and all that sort of thing, and then no one knows where they are, and you'll end up with another VAR type situation where it's something that is ultimately good, but just no one has a clue how to use it. So, yeah, 2 subs for a concussion. Why they don't just make it unlimited subs for a concussion? But then if you've got 3 concussions in one game, I think there's got to be questions asked there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of questions as to what's going on.
Yeah.
But then they have kind of balanced it out as well. They've said that, if a team gets to use a concussion sub or 2 concussion subs, then the opposing team can use 1 or 2 subs to kind of...
Oh, right, have they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Yeah. So it's still like, they're not just using it to make an unfair advantage. Say, Jimenez gets a head injury and they bring on, who was it that you brought on that day? I can't remember. But then, David Luiz's head injury isn't serious, so he plays on, but we can still make a 4th sub at any point in that game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because concussion can come on later on, can't it?
Yeah.
There's no... Yeah, so I think that's a very sensible decision.
Yeah.
So I suppose what it actually is a head injury sub.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think is pretty good.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think that's probably the right decision. And we don't want to touch on VAR because VAR, we could be here all night, to be honest.
But yeah, getting back to my point, but obviously if Jimenez hadn't been injured, I think we would have been a lot better off than where we are currently. Because as you noticed, as soon as he'd gone, our form bottomed out.
Yeah.
It was just, we draws, losses constantly. Now we've brought William Jose in. It sort of boosted us up a bit. Obviously, that win against Arsenal was down to the fact you had 9 men, so it was easy. But I mean, Leicester, we gave them an absolutely cracking game. I honestly felt so sorry for Silva.
Yes,
for missing that. But I've got to give props to Kasper Schmeichel. Not many goalkeepers would be able to save that.
No,
the way he went down and fully stretched every part of his body out just to stop that from going in is bloody commitment.
Oh, for sure. And you have to look at, you know, that Leicester side are up there as well, weren't they? They're third at the moment.
Yeah, Leicester are a really good side at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, at the start of the season when they did incredibly well, I was planning on putting a cheeky bet on them to win the league again.
Oh wow! You thought you were going to go for it again, were you?
But then look, City and Liverpool have taken over. Well, City and United, I should say, have taken over.
Yeah, not Liverpool now, not on the back of
No, not after the other day.
I think they're out of the race
God.
now.
I for one would not want to be a Liverpool fan right now.
First time they've lost 3 games at home back to back since 1968. I think I read the other day.
Yeah, and their record used to be massive at the at Anfield there when they had the Kop and everything. But obviously now without the fans there, it's playing a big impact.
Fans have definitely put an impact into this sport, because usually, especially down at Molineux, you can hear on Sky Sports that when we sing, we drown out the commentators. Yeah. It's so you can barely hear the commentators when we start singing because we're just so loud. I think we've got third. I think it's the third best atmosphere in the West Midlands, not the West Midlands, in the Premier League.
You got the third best in the West Midlands. What behind?
No. We've got the best atmosphere in the West Midlands.
That's to brag about.
No, we've got the best atmosphere in the Midlands, but the third best in the Premier League, I think.
Are you sure it's not behind Villa and West Brom?
Don't talk to me about those two. Don't talk to me about that.
But now we've got Bernie, the Villa fan, in as well. So talking of Villa, how are you doing? You all right?
Hello.
So of course, the game was weekend, Arsenal Villa, and what did you make of that game? Of course, Martinez, he gets a clean sheet again against Arsenal, doesn't he?
Martinez was awesome. Like, without Martinez, we'll be down by now.
And I thought, you did really well in that game. I thought you deserved to win as well. I thought you were the better team.
Konsa on that foul on Saka. Is it Saka?
Yeah.
Konsa should have gone for that, in my opinion.
I thought, when I look at it, originally I thought...
Yeah, that Saka kicked Konsa, but then Konsa went back in, really bad. And being a Villa fan myself, Konsa my favourite player now. Konsa should have gone for that, in my opinion.
He's your favourite player? What, over Jack Grealish?
Grealish is second.
Okay. But no, I thought we should
What about Matt Targett?
Targett's an absolute beast for us.
Fair enough.
Matt Targett and Matty Cash are absolutely class for us.
Different player that left us.
Yeah. No, but I thought we should have had a penalty in that game as well. If you look, I think it was the foul on Saka. I'm sure that was the one in the
Lacazette one. Do you mean the Lacazette one?
Yeah, the Lacazette one.
Yeah, that was a penalty. Ian Wright
we had a game against Villa a couple of weeks ago, and we got a couple of dodgy decisions as well. So this is where that VAR thing started, wasn't it? So
I think it was, yeah. And of course,
there was the Cash handball. I mean, how that's not given is I don't get it. I mean, the commentator said that it's because it deflected.
Ings goal should have been given as well.
Yeah.
Which one?
We had a goal disallowed. We had 2 disallowed, and I think there's one of our disallowed goals was kind of like one of those where the kid was on the keeper, so it's always going to get given.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too upset about that, because by the letter of the law it should have stood, but it was never going to stand in any game just because keepers are so protected. So I didn't really have much issue with that.
But no, I was just about sitting down to watch the game, and then bang, you've scored already after under a minute. So I was probably tempted to turn it off after that. To be honest.
Our fans are not a biggest fan of Watkins.
What, before he signed, or when he signed?
Yeah, when he signed, they thought he was going to do shocking for us because of his Premier League record and stuff. But now he's suddenly our fans' favourite. Our fans are stupid. And the same with Mings as well. Mings had an awesome game against you guys.
He was man the match. Mings was man the match.
I like Mings.
Can I just point out a Villa fan admitting their own fans are stupid? And they think they're the best team in the West Midlands.
But no, I thought, Mings was man of the match. I thought he was fantastic. But I do think that if you look at that game, there's a lot of decisions there that could have gone up, different way. I thought Lacazette. I think that's a penalty. I think the one on Saka. If you look at that, the one on Saka. That's the one.
When you brought Aubameyang on, I was literally crapping myself for that game.
He's not ready to come on yet. I think the fact is they just come back after his mum being ill and he's been dealing with all of that. I think give him a few weeks and he'll kick on again. I just think it's come at a really bad time for him because he was actually starting to pick up his form.
Yeah,
it's a great goal against us.
Yeah, and I think he scored against Newcastle the round before as well, and I think he might have even scored in between that. And I think that give him a couple of weeks, he'll really kick on. And
I thought it was harsh on Smith dropping Louise, though, in my opinion, because Louise has been our rock in midfield.
Mm.
If you think about it, Louise is better than Nakamba. I don't like Nakamba.
There's nothing marvellous about him, then, no?
Can I just say, speaking of Villa, can I just say what a remarkable job I think Dean Smith's doing there?
Yeah, I have to agree as well.
And it's not even
paid to him after his dad passed away from coronavirus.
Yeah,
it's
just after his dad passed away, they wanted him out. But if you look at our record compared to last season, he's been absolutely awesome for us. I absolutely love Dean Smith and John Terry.
He seems to have gone under the radar as well. The media aren't really bigging him up, and that could only be a good thing for Villa, really. But what a brilliant job he's doing.
Yeah. He's doing it all. I mean, I didn't think he would get manager of the month for December. If you look at the candidates that was up for it, I don't think he would get it, but I'm glad he did.
But then if you look at, you said about John Terry, I think John Terry was celebrating that goal more than Dean Smith was because it was against Arsenal.
Yeah, but he did celebrate. He celebrated against Chelsea as well, didn't he?
Yeah, that's true. He was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, say what you like about John Terry, but he loves winning, doesn't he? And he is a born winner.
He does.
Yeah,
I think, what I will say about that Arsenal Villa game as well. I thought we did all right coming back from being 1-0 down. I thought, we had chances to maybe get an equaliser.
Yeah, well, if it wasn't for Emmy Martinez, he would have beaten us.
But then I don't know because Matt Ryan, he had a good game, and I think if we had Robertson in goal, he could be 2 or 3 as well.
It's decent for you, Ryan. He played well against us
for his debut. I think he did really well. Yeah.
Do you reckon you'll get him on opponent though?
Well, he's an Arsenal fan, so it wouldn't surprise me if we did. Yeah. Yeah.
So is Watkins.
That was I know Watkins scoring against us. Yeah. Being an Arsenal fan, but no, of course, that's another team that's record breakers against us. It was Wolves first of all breaking. What was the record that you had, and then it was Villa doing the doubles for like 28 years.
It's the first time we've done the league double over Arsenal since 1978.
Yeah, so
Mike, I'm not rubbing it into you, but it's the first time we've done double over Arsenal since 1992.
Yeah, no. Late? No. It was. I think it was 28 years or something, wasn't it?
The 92-93 season.
Yeah.
And I wasn't rubbing it into you, by the way.
That's all right.
Arsenal just not breaking records this year.
We're breaking all the rock records. I know. We're breaking the records of. I don't even know. I don't know what the next record will be. We'll probably concede 9 against 6 players.
Come back when you lose 9-0 twice in 2 years. Then we'll talk about records.
Yeah. But no, I think if you look at that Arsenal and Villa game, I thought Cedric playing that ball there was like, all you got to do is you just turn around and you smack it out for a throw in.
Yeah.
So I think it's just that's
when Bellerin hit that shot.
Yeah.
I thought that was going in.
It's Bellerin. It's not going in.
You know what I mean?
Actually, saying that. I was at a game, I think it was Arsenal Villa back in 2014, and we won 5-0. Bellerin scored that day. That's probably one of the only goals he's actually scored for the club. It was a decent little finish as well. But other than that, he's not done a lot for Arsenal. But yeah, going back to Cedric, I know we touched on him earlier with Matt there, but I think that's his downfall. He's basically, all you do is you'd spin on that. What Kieran Tierney will do is he'll spin and he'll go forward and just go on a marauding run. But Cedric tries to sort of casually play it back to his goalie. He's like super soft and he loses the ball.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that when he was with us.
Yeah,
I think I said last time I was on here. Yeah, I think I said like last time he was on here. I just don't understand what aspect of being a fullback or even a footballer Cedric is actually good at.
Yeah,
and I know that sounds harsh, and he seems like a really nice guy, and I'm pleased for him that fair play to him for getting this payday at Arsenal. You know, fair play to him, but I just don't think he's very good.
I still think he's the best option we've got on the right side. Well, especially now that Maitland-Niles gone to West Brom as well on loan, and you know, I don't rate. I really don't rate Bellerin. I think some of our transfers were really good in the window with Maitland-Niles going, Willock going, Ozil going, and Mustafi going, Socrates going. I think all of our transfers are going the right way.
I'm glad we signed Johnson, but I can't. I'm glad we signed Samson, whatever his name is, from Marseille. I'm glad we signed him, but I can't see him playing games for us.
No. But no, in terms of transfers out, I thought we've done really well to get rid of those. Willock scored obviously at midweek, and not midweek, against you lot, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a good finish as well, to be fair.
Yeah, Joe Willock, he scored against you, Matt, on the weekend.
Who didn't score? Everyone scores against us. No, that was the first goal.
Minamino's goal for you guys against Newcastle was an absolute worldie.
Oh, it was, and our second James Ward-Prowse goal as well. I think that's one of the best free kicks I've ever seen him take, and that's quite something.
He is a class player. He owned us when we played you lot at Villa Park when you beat us.
4-3, was it?
Yeah. James Prowse owned us that game.
That was his birthday.
And Ings. In Ings as well.
Yeah.
In Ings as well.
But no, what I will say, just going back to that Arsenal and Villa game as well, it wasn't the Bellerin one. There was the Xhaka one where Martinez had to get down and make that. Well, he had to get across and make that save.
Yeah.
The Xhaka free kick, like that would. If that's any other goalie, I think that goes in.
I agree with you.
I don't think anyone. Well, there's not many that have got that spring that Martinez has got.
Martinez is just class for us, isn't he?
Yeah.
I bet you regret telling him that, don't you?
I didn't want him to leave. I didn't want him to leave in the first place. I wanted him to stay and really, I wanted him to be number one actually. As much as I like Leno as well, and as much as Leno and Aubameyang both saved us on a number of seasons. Last season, the season before games and stuff. But I do think Martinez would have been my choice for being number one.
I can't see Heaton. Well, Heaton's back now, isn't he, from his cruciate injury? Yeah. I can't see Heaton getting ahead of Martinez. Martinez is just class.
He'll go next in the summer.
Heaton's got to be getting on a bit now, hasn't he?
36 or something, yeah.
Yeah.
35 or 36?
Something like that, yeah. But I do think he'll leave. Either retire. He won't retire, but he'll go, yeah.
I think he will as well, because Steer is better than him.
The young Jeds there, yeah.
Yeah, the one that got us in the one that got us against West Brom.
That's where he saved that. But no, I think he's a good goalkeeper as well. I've got both of that. Well, I did have both in my fantasy team. I've now just got Martinez. But yeah,
Martinez and Pope for me. I've got Pope in mine and Martinez. I've got Edison. And on the Sky Sports one, I've got Edison.
All right. Well, I've got the 3 Villa players in mind. That was Grealish and Watkins as well. And I thought, obviously, Watkins and Grealish, they both had good games against us. And Martinez was on my bench. So
did you see what Andy Gray said to Smith? You know Andy Gray, the commentator.
Yeah.
He said that Barkley should be dropped because of what he did.
I don't know really though. What did he even do that was sort of note?
You know when Smith took him off for Ramsey?
kicked a bit
he
of a
went
fuss.
up to the
Yeah.
he went up to the side. He went up to the sidelines and kicked it, and apparently he kicked off in the changing room as well.
Well, I don't know. Like, I think you can argue that's just kind of somebody being a bit annoyed that he's been
Chelsea
substituted.
want 40 million for him, don't they?
Yeah.
40 million for Barkley. It's not worth it. I don't like him.
Fair enough. But yeah, Aubameyang, I think, I said it before, I think Aubameyang, give him a few weeks, he'll come on and he'll really, really kick on now. But I think that, if you look at that lineup, we ended that game with what? 7 players up front, virtually. I think we had like 3.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We had so many players up front.
If Southgate doesn't take Saka to Euros, he is stupid.
Oh, he will. Of course he will.
He's got to go.
He's an absolute beast for you guys, especially against. That was at Chelsea when he scored that goal from the cross.
Mm-hmm.
That goal is just like probably, and even though he said that he didn't mean it, it's probably one of the best goals I've seen Saka score for you guys.
No, he said he did mean it.
Yeah, I've seen it they were saying on Match of the Day. Ian Wright was on Match of the Day against you on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
He was going mad about Arteta, saying that Arteta's not very good for Arsenal.
Part of me agrees, but then part of me wants to give him a chance. I've kind of.
You need to give him a chance, in my opinion.
I kind of, when we were on that really bad, downward spiral where we were losing every single week, I was getting really frustrated with him, and I kind of had been pushed towards the Arteta out, and I really was kind of wanting him to go at that point. I think
my cousin's an Arsenal fan. My cousin's an Arsenal fan. He absolutely loves Arteta.
All right. But I think we should probably stick with him, because I think the season in terms of the league is pretty dead. I don't think we've kind of got much chance of.
You're like, where are you now? You're like 9th. No, we're 9th now because of Tottenham winning.
Yeah, 10th. But we're only like a few points.
Yeah, he's got you out of that bottom half.
Yeah. And of course, we've got Leeds at the weekend, and that's like 11th.
We've got
10th. So.
I was just wondering, the Arteta situation, is that one of these better the devil you know kind of things?
I think so. Yeah. I think we should stick with him for now. Because we've got a massive, massive game next week, Benfica Europa League. That is the game of our season. We literally have to win that.
Yeah. Smith was saying that Grealish was on Football Focus on Saturday before the Arsenal game. Yeah. He said that he wants Villa to get in Europe. Okay. He's signed a new contract for us, isn't he? And has said that he was going to sign another year improved contracts. He wants to stay at Villa.
Yeah. But I'm just looking at the table now. Villa are doing well. There's still a sandwich between Chelsea and.
Yeah, we've got Brighton Saturday, then Leicester at home, then Leeds away. I think. I'm not sure.
Do you reckon you really? Go on.
I was just going to say, you look at that run, and there's no reason you can't take 9 points out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say 7, even 6 points, I think, would be acceptable for Villa.
Well, if Leicester carry on their run if Leicester carry on their run with Vardy back as well, especially Vardy, they'll beat us.
And what I will say as well in regards to Villa is they've shown, a number of times this season that they can go on and really get some big results. The 7-2 over Liverpool being the standout, but then, going back to the game at the Emirates, the 3-0 there as well was the most that we've been beaten at the Emirates, I think, by a number of years. So, you lot have shown you can get some big results.
And even when Villa lose, it's never because there's a lack of passion or it's it's always just because they're unlucky. Like when we beat them at Villa Park earlier in the season, I mean, we were 4-0 up, I think, going into half time. And they showed some real determination to come back and score 3 and get themselves back into it.
Yeah.
And that's a testament to Dean Smith, I think.
Yeah,
I'm a Smith fan.
I like him.
I've never wanted Smith out. I didn't. When he joined Villa 2 years ago, I didn't think he would do very good for us. But if you look at the way he's done compared to last season to now, he's done brilliant for us.
Yeah, I think he's done well for you. But anyway, we're kind of going off subject a bit. We kind of want to bring this back to Arsenal, which is the kind of podcast that it's on. But I think that game against Villa, it could have gone either way, really. I thought you played well. I thought Matt Ryan played well for us as well, and I do think that that Xhaka free kick was on its way in, and I think personally I would have kept Lacazette on because I actually think he's in form at the moment, and I would have probably gone. When I saw that, I was like, well, we're 1-0 down. Go 2 up top, and that's what I don't understand with Arsenal. Why we always kind of try and persist to just use the one striker, even when we're 1 behind.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I like Gabriel.
Yeah, he played well. He had a good game.
Yeah, he played well. I thought he was because when McGinn had him, because obviously he's taller than McGinn because McGinn's tiny.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to score in that corner.
Yeah,
against McGinn.
Yeah. Like, all of our chances have come from defenders. Like Holding had one the other day as well, and But just looking at that was that save from Matt Ryan. I think he made 3 or 4 really good saves, and for me, he was man of the match.
Yeah,
from
Matt
us.
Ryan he's a good keeper, isn't he, Matt Ryan?
Yeah, I think he was our man of the match. I think if it's not for him, you'd probably scored 2 or 3 more. But I think this season, I'm not too sure whether we should be looking to get into the Champions League through the league. Yes, it's 9 points. I don't know. Yes, it's 9 points, and we've played a game more. But I think through the Europa League will probably be our best way in. So I do feel that we kind of have to, look at going into that and going all out into, going through there. I did see that the Europa League game next week is actually going to take place in Italy, which is kind of a little bit unusual. Obviously, with
Corona.
The travel restrictions. Yeah, I don't know.
The same with everything.
Mike, can I ask a question?
Yep.
So, just an open question here.
Mm-hmm.
If you could pick one player from Southampton, Wolves, and Aston Villa to sign for Arsenal, not just asking who's the best player, but based on what you actually need at the club, who would you go for each one?
Wow, that is a cracking question, mate. I like that.
Also, would you swap managers with either of the 3?
Don't get me started with Nuno moving to Arsenal.
Would I swap managers with any of the 3? That's a cracking question as well.
If I was an Arsenal fan, it'd be yes, no, maybe. But I'm not going to tell you which way round it'd be.
I think I don't know, because they're all 3 very, very good managers. Let's have a look. Okay. Let's bring Wayne on as well. Because I think Wayne wanted to come up. I didn't see you there, pal. Sorry about that. But yeah, do you want to that's a cracking question. Did you hear what you just asked there? That's a hard.
Who were the 3 teams? Southampton, Wolves, and Villa. For Villa,
so not just who's the best player at each club, but based on what you actually need at Arsenal.
All right. Okay. What we need at Arsenal, I would say Villa. We definitely need Grealish because he's creative in that midfield. I would say Wolves. I don't know, man. Wolves is a hard one because there's so many good players at Wolves that.
Yeah, I agree.
They got so many good midfielders. They got. I mean, I'll take Cody in the defence because he's what we need, and he's solid. He's Premier League proven. And Southampton, I'll probably say Ings as a striker.
In terms of managers, I was just going to answer that. I'll probably take all 3 of the managers. I think they're all really, really good. Yeah.
In terms of managers, as I said, Mike, from the start, I never wanted Arteta.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these fans that say, "Oh, Arteta out," but I never wanted him in the first place because I knew well, he's proven me right. I never thought that he was the man to take us forward as a club. He's too inexperienced. Maybe if he'd have gone somewhere, come in 10 years, maybe. But I just didn't think he was one. And I would rather, if someone like Benitez comes available, then get rid of him and get someone in that knows the job. But for now,
Benitez is available, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would only get rid of Arteta if someone of that caliber is available. If they're not, then keep Arteta, see what he can do, because he has proven that he can turn that team round. But I will echo what Ian Wright said in the week. Arsenal ain't losing to these teams. We're losing ourselves.
Hector Bellerin said the same thing.
Because of the mistakes against Villa. That goal should never have happened on our point.
Cedric,
it was a stupid goal to give away against Wolves. 2 stupid mistakes cost us in that game. saying that the Wolves game, that was never a penalty in my eyes. Sorry, not the Wolves. It was Wolves, wasn't it? I think. Was it Wolves? No, it was Villa.
Yeah, David Luiz.
Yeah, Wolves. Yeah, David Luiz. I don't think that was a penalty. And I think, and we've seen it again against Tottenham. We shouldn't have lost that game. It's our own mistakes that are costing us these points. But again, with Arsenal, that's what I'm saying. 1 week we could show up and smash Chelsea off the park, and then the next week we're going to lose to Burnley, or we're going to lose to Leeds, or whatever. It's Arsenal are just up and down at the moment.
Yeah, I think I have to agree. In terms of players, Jack Grealish, 100%. You'd have to spend ridiculous money, but it's all worth it. Go for him.
We spent 72 million on Pepe. I'd rather have paid that for Grealish.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We have to pay
I would easily rather pay that for Grealish. At least Grealish creates. All Pepe does is just wait for the ball and crosses. And
I think we'd love to get Grealish for 70 million.
Well, yeah, we would be.
What I will say is, in terms of Pepe, I think Pepe has been our best player in the last 3 games.
Oh, I'll tell you, who's the Wolves player that I like? Is it Jimenez?
Jimenez.
The striker,
yeah, Jimenez. That's it. I think he's brilliant. I think and Navas as well. See, again, I would take Navas all day long. I would take Navas. I think in a team like Arsenal, with the players around him, he'll shine at Arsenal. I've always rated him.
See, I think for me, Jack Grealish, 100%. That's done. Connor Cody, I'm with you on that. I think we need a centre back. I think he's an upgrade on Rob Holding. He's an upgrade on Gabriel. He's an upgrade on Callum Chambers, etc.
That's why I said to you as well. Why don't we go and sign Lewis Dunk from Brighton?
Yeah.
27 million. He's an upgrade on what we got, and he's Premier League proven. He's a very good player.
And the Southampton one, call me sentimental, Theo.
No.
Really?
No. No. I wouldn't take Theo back. No.
No.
It's time done at Arsenal. It's the same with Sanchez. I wouldn't take Sanchez back. Their time's done. No, just let them do what they're doing now. They're happy where they are. Let them be where they want to be. I wouldn't take them players back at Arsenal. The only way I'll take Theo Walcott back at Arsenal is if Southampton turned around and said, we'll do a swap deal, Willian for Theo.
That's what I mean. Like, he's so much better than Willian. Yeah.
Then maybe. But no, I wouldn't take Theo back other than a swap deal, or maybe a loan till the end of the season. I wouldn't do it. I just think it would be bad move for the club.
But I don't know. The way I've said, the reason why I've said Theo is because he's so much better than Willian. He's faster.
Yeah, he is. But there's better players out there than Theo.
Yeah, he's proven.
But look with Arsenal. Look what happened with Theo for years. He was played out of position for so long that he turned rubbish. In the end, it was just like, what did I say to you? If you stuck Theo up front, he was banging goals. He was banging 30 goals a season with the right service. He played his first England international up front. What happened? He scored a hat-trick. Then he got put back into midfield. It's people were playing him out of position. And I said all along, if you put him up front with the right service, he'll banging 30 goals a season easy.
Yeah. I just think it's so much better, considering Martinelli's not getting much of a chance, as well. But
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, that's one thing.
Whether either of you would have considered Vestergaard.
Maybe. I fairly I do rate him. I fairly quite like him.
Brilliant.
Not over Connor Cody and also not over Tyrone Mingsley if I was going to go for a defender. Yeah.
What I was really annoyed at the other night was that he brought on Willian over Martinelli. What the hell was that all about? That was ridiculous. Unless Martinelli's injured still and we don't know about it, what the hell?
Well, then if he's injured, why is he on the bench? Why put him on the bench?
Well, what has Willian done to get in that team?
Nothing.
He's just he is. I don't ever want to see him in an Arsenal shirt again.
No,
I really don't.
Get off, lads.
That's all right, man. Lady. That's all right, man.
Okay.
Cheers, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
That's all right, and best of luck with the FA Cup, mate.
Thank you very much. We'll look forward to that game. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
We got to let other teams shine in that for a while, haven't we?
That's what I just said earlier on. I said, we've won 14. I think I've seen 9 or 10 of them. So
yeah, we got to let other teams shine in that, haven't we? So as long as Spurs don't win it, I don't care who wins it.
Oh, they'll go. I reckon they'll lose to Everton personally, but yeah.
But that proves my point, right? How annoying is it that Kane gets injured, Tottenham are crap without Kane and Son together?
Yeah.
They're a two-man team.
Mm-hmm.
It annoys me. Like, you know,
They're
you
relying
see it
heavily
like...
on
Why do you think they've never won any trophies?
Yeah, I know. It's like they, as soon as Kane comes back, Son performs, and they even said that when Kane was injured, Son ain't himself.
No,
and he is a player I'll take at Arsenal all day long. Son, I've always rated him.
Yeah,
but you know, we'll end up paying about 100 mil just to swoop into the other side of North London. It will never happen.
With what Mirko Arteta has been doing, he'll probably do that, and then he'll still bench him every week or not register him in his squad or whatever. So.
Mate, we could have
Messi, like Ronaldo, yeah.
We could have Messi, Ronaldo. We could have them in the team, and he'll still pick Willian.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the point. That was the most. I don't know why we signed him. I really don't. He's terrible. He is absolutely awful. I don't ever want to see him in an Arsenal shirt again. I really don't.
And how long can he expect to be living off of that one performance against Fulham? Like, it's like none.
I mean, I don't. People are on Aubameyang's back still, but I don't blame Aubameyang because, like I said to you before, I think Aubameyang's carried that team for 2 seasons. He's not getting the right service that he needs, and he's probably sitting there thinking, well, I've carried this team for 2 years. I can't do it all on my own anymore.
No, and that's where Lacazette popped in this season, and Lacazette's done well.
And Lacazette's, yeah. And
for me, I'd give Aubameyang a break for now because obviously he's dealing with the illness of his mum, and actually,
I'll give him.
Just before that, he'd scored a couple of goals in the FA Cup, and I think he scored 1 or 2 in the league as well. So he was actually coming into a decent run of form.
Yeah, I'll give him a break. I mean, to be fair, mate, in a way, being a fan is hard because the only way to get rid of, and the board are a big problem at Arsenal, I still think.
Yeah.
And the only way for them to wake up is if we don't win the UEFA Cup and we don't qualify for the Champions League or Europe full stop. Because then Stan Kroenke, because all Arsenal is to him is an investment.
Yeah.
If we don't qualify, if we finish 10th and we don't win anything and don't qualify for Europe Champions League, he will realise that his investment's failing and he'll have to pump money in. He's got no choice.
Oh, especially now.
Because he'll lose so much. He'll lose so much money. He'll lose so much. And he'll have to...
How much has he just lost in that last window? Mustafi, Socrates, Ozil, all of that lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he's going to have to pump money in. And in a way, I'd rather us not be in. I don't ever want to see us lose a game. Of course I don't. If we can win the UEFA Cup, great. But in a way, I think it would do us good being out of Europe for a couple of seasons. Do what Liverpool done. Rebuild.
Yeah.
Liverpool done it. It took them 2 years to rebuild. They got Klopp in, they rebuild, and they won. They won everything. Absolutely. I'm not saying we would do that, but it can work.
Yeah.
With the top, like with the so-called top clubs.
Not if we've got Willian and Hector Bellerin, it won't. But
no, definitely not. But we're not a so-called top club anymore. I don't think.
No, well, you see, you look at the game this coming weekend. You know, we're in a mid-table clash with Leeds. So
yeah, we've fallen big time. We've absolutely fallen big time, and it is sad, man.
0-0 the last time we played Leeds.
Yeah, when Pepe got sent off. Yeah.
What was it I saw yesterday? Someone put up a stat of it was a couple of seasons ago, and it said Arsenal 5, Villa 0, and it said when Arsenal could beat teams like Villa easy, and then and then it was just like and now we struggle to beat Sheffield United.
Mm-hmm.
We struggle to beat West Ham at home. To be fair, West Ham have been playing well this season, but you know they're up there.
But I posted that about the Villa game, and that was 2014, and that was when Hector Bellerin was good. He was just coming through. I think he scored our 5th goal.
Yeah. Sometimes, man, I wish I never even followed football.
Yeah, like when both teams lose. Yeah.
I just know as well that England are going to be crap in the Euros.
We're on home soil. We'll be fine.
I don't know, man. Scotland are on the rise at the moment.
Scotland got 2 for John McGinn.
And Kieran Tierney. Like, it depends though, because Kieran Tierney depends on how warm it is. It might be too hot for him in the summer.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's horrible, man. This is why I said to you. This is why I love ice hockey still.
Yeah.
You're never too upset when a team loses. It's like, it's not like football. You don't expect much. With Arsenal, you expect you don't expect them to be 10th.
No, absolutely not. Especially when you've known the Invincibles and the double wins and everything like that. Like and even getting to the Champions League final and losing to Barcelona. Like, yeah.
I remember being there the day that Arsenal won the league at Highbury when we beat Everton 4-2. Mm-hmm. And I remember the street party afterwards and everything. And I remember all the players coming out. I remember Ian Wright and that coming out, shaking all their hands and that. And I sat there, even then, I thought that was what, 2000? Yeah, 2002, I think that was. Was it 2000? No, or 2004. Was it 2002? No, 4 was the Invincibles, weren't it? Yeah, it was 2002. And when Ian Wright broke the record, and even then I thought, this team is going to go places. And now it's just like, looking back then, I think, how good were we back then compared to now?
I know, and I was looking over one of my old programmes for my first ever Arsenal game, and I was going to actually bring it up as a question. I know Matt's obviously gone, so I can't bring it into him. But do you remember much about your first game at Arsenal and your first game at Wolves and your first Villa game that you actually went to live in the stadium?
My first Villa game was against Swansea when Shelby played for them, and it was 0-0, and it was really cold.
Yeah.
My first Arsenal game weren't even at Highbury. My first Arsenal. Now, my dad's a Tottenham fan, right?
Yeah.
And my first Arsenal game, he got us tickets. It was in '99, and it was Charity Shield final at Wembley. It was the year United won the treble, and we went to Wembley. And my dad, being a Tottenham fan, obviously sitting in the Arsenal end weren't a good thing for him. And I remember it was the year that we signed Canu.
Okay, yeah.
And Ray Parlour scored the winner, and Canu scored. No, Anelka scored the equaliser. Beckham scored like a free kick from 30-odd yards, like he usually did.
Yeah.
And then Anelka equalised. Was it Anelka? No, it weren't. It was Canu who equalised. Yeah, because I remember it. Yeah, it was Canu. He scored from the penalty spot, and then Ray Parlour scored the winner, like a volley from outside the box.
I remember the goal. Yeah.
And I remember Teddy Sheringham, he was coming up to the Arsenal fans and he was doing that, pretending to lift up all the free cups, winding the Arsenal fans up. And he's going, "We've won 3, you 0." And all the Arsenal fans are going mad at him behind the goal, singing, "Old Teddy went to Man United," and he's still up, like, going mad at him. And in the end, the United staff had to come up to him and drag him away from the Arsenal fans because they were going throwing things at him. But yeah, that was my first Arsenal match at Wembley, and then the first one at Highbury was against bloody hell, when was my first one at Highbury? I think it was David Seaman's testimonial.
Okay, yeah.
When we played Barcelona and we beat them 2-0. Mm-hmm. And then that's when I started going to Highbury quite a lot that season. Because that was when we got to if you remember, I don't know if you remember, that was the year we got to UEFA Cup fight, or when it was called the UEFA Cup, and we lost to Galatasaray on penalties in the final. Vieira hit the bar. Yeah, that was the year I started going to Highbury quite a lot that season.
And my first game was actually against Leicester. We won 2-1, and it was, I think, David Platt scored. And I remember about that game was it was Boxing Day. I think it was '97. And there was a Steve Walsh. I don't know if you remember it. He scored the own goal from his own half. I don't know if you remember that.
Remember. My memory's terrible. My old age, mate. My memory's terrible lately.
And they had
either that or it's being stuck indoors too much.
Yeah, everyone knows that feeling. But yeah, that was my first Arsenal game at the Emirates. I actually went to the Arsenal. When they played the Champions League games at Wembley as well.
Yeah. I remember going to
Dynamo Kiev, and who was the other one? A few of the other ones.
Barcelona was in our group as well.
Not Barcelona. No, not the year that I went. Not the year that I went, anyway. Yeah.
I'm sure Barcelona was in our group one year.
Might have been, but yeah, the year that I went, it was Dynamo Kiev, and they had Shevchenko and Rebrov up front.
Yeah.
And they beat us 2-1, I think it was. And what was yours, Kieran? What was your first Wolves game?
My first, well, obviously I've supported Wolves all my life. My first league Wolves game was 2013 when we beat Gillingham 4-0 in League One.
Okay.
That was my first live Wolves game, but obviously I've been a Wolves fan since the day I was born.
Mm-hmm.
Going off teams, what was your first Borough game?
Wow. It was the season they played Newcastle. It was like
98.
Yeah, 98. It was the I think it was the game against Cambridge.
My first game at Stevenage was against Yeovil Town, and Cole Wolford scored the equaliser, and that was 97.
Yeah, I remember.
And we were sitting behind the goal. And do you remember the away end back then didn't have the new stand? Yeah, it was basically. And all I remember is the Yeovil fans turning round, going mad at something, and I was thinking, what's going on there? And then all of a sudden, you see things from the outside come flying in, load of Stevenage fans outside, and winding them up.
The first Nuneaton game was, when it was Nuneaton v Middlesbrough.
Aldi Cup, FA Cup. Yeah.
Nuneaton. Wow, I remember going. I remember going to Nuneaton years ago when Stevenage played them in the trophy.
Yeah.
Years and years ago. I must have been about 17 when they played. It was years ago.
Yeah.
I've still got all my programs from Arsenal, Stevenage, England. I've got a big box of my programs. All the Arsenal games I've been to, Stevenage, England. I've got over about 800 programs, and I've got all my tickets still as well.
I've got all my programs and all my stuff.
Yeah. I mean, people say, "Oh, why don't you sell them? You can get money for them," but you can't sell them, can you? They're just a part of you. They're a part of, you look at them programs and them tickets and their memories there.
And the one from the Boxing Day one there, 97. I've got the program. I was looking at it yesterday, and it's tatty, and it's got scribbles over it because I've scribbled out the scores for the other games and who.
Oh, mine has, yeah. I used to write down the scores on the back of my program when I was a kid. I used to write down the scores, tick who was playing.
I used to look at it, and there was like, it's tacky now. It's literally almost falling apart. I've still got it. Yeah.
I still got the Newcastle 98 program as well when Stevenage played them.
Yeah.
And I've got the one from when we beat them a few years ago.
My last Villa game on my birthday was when we beat Middlesbrough.
My last Arsenal game was literally just before going into lockdown. We played Everton and we won 3-2, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin I remember Eddie Nketiah for us and Aubameyang. Yeah.
My last Arsenal game was Burnley at the start of last season, not this season, one before. Yeah. When we beat them 2-1.
Okay, yeah.
And then from then the rest of the season was just like this season, but it weren't as bad.
But no, I just can't wait to get back to football again. It's literally when we're allowed to go. I think whether it's Wolves, Villa, an Arsenal game, whatever, it's just going to be crazy to get everyone back into the stadium again. I know it's going to be some time, It's probably going to be years and years and years.
It's going to be manic, isn't it?
Yeah.
When we're allowed back in stadiums again, it's going to be absolutely manic.
Oh, yeah, in 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what they reckon.
By then, to save money, they'll knock all the stadiums down. They'll be playing on little parks.
Yeah, probably.
Also, I'll just look about my last Wolves game was the 4-0 hammering of Espanyol.
Okay, in the Europa,
in the Europa League.
Yeah. What is it, right? I've always I must admit I have always liked Wolves for some reason. But what is it with you? You cannot beat West Brom, can you?
That game was 9 years in the making, and we got robbed. I was fuming. We got robbed.
It's like you can't beat Watford either, can you? Whenever you play Watford, you can. It's like them two teams.
I'm sorry, they beat us 3-2 in the FA Cup, and then we go to their place and absolutely annihilate them 3-4 at 3-4.
All right, that was a one. All right, that was a one-off. But West Brom, you can't beat West Brom at all. When was the last time you lot beat them?
Stand by, I'll have a look for you.
Do some research. When was the last time they beat us? before this
When was
week.
it saying that? When was the last time we beat Tottenham? That 4-2 in 2018.
Yeah, but
That
that's
was the
like,
last time.
but that's what I mean. That's only 2018. Like these Villa and Wolves are both breaking records against us this season. So
Yeah, I mean, most of the Tottenham games since then have either been draws or defeats.
yeah.
Last time we
one that
beat
winds
West
me up
Brom.
is, well, I will say the one that winds me up when we played Tottenham was the one at Wembley. Aubameyang last minute penalty miss.
Oh, that was last season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, when he missed that. Yeah, when he missed that, I was like, nah.
I watched that game with my dad, and my dad's a massive Liverpool fan.
That goal from Lacazette, he still probably won't get much better than that.
Nah.
Last time we beat West Brom was the 8th of May, the day after my birthday in 2011, where we beat West Brom 3-1.
That's a long time to not beat your rivals.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, but then yes, they smashed us 5-1 in 2012, but we haven't played them ever since.
Until this season, yeah.
Until this season.
True.
Yeah.
Man, do you know what? I don't care if Arsenal finish.
They may have beaten us, but where are they in the table compared to us?
Yeah, second bottom.
Yeah, true. See, this is what I'm saying. I don't care if we finish 10th, 11th, 12th, as long as we beat Tottenham at home this year. We got to beat them, man. It's been 2 years since we beat them lot.
Yeah.
And they're just so cocky and arrogant at the moment.
When do you play Tottenham at Emirates?
11th of March. 11th of March, I believe.
Yeah, it's not too long. Yeah, it's about a month. Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about them games is when Arsenal go 1-0 up, we sit back.
Yeah.
If we go
That's
1-0
exactly
down,
what we do. You do exactly what we do.
The same.
Yeah. If we go 1-0 down in a derby game, we start playing. And then it's too late.
Yeah.
It's like
we do the same as well.
It's annoying, absolutely annoying.
What I will say, Wayne, is what do you make of Thomas Partey? Obviously, he's been injured a lot, hasn't he? And he's injured again now, so.
I mean, from what I've seen of him, he looks good, but I mean, he's good, very good player.
He played well against us. It was decent against us.
He's got good passing on him, and he's got the accuracy and everything. But again, like I said, he's injured too much. We've not really seen much of him. I'd like to see him play at least 4 or 5 games in a row.
Yeah.
And then sort of judge him after that, see if he can do it on a consistent basis.
Yeah, because he's injured again now. I think he's out for a few weeks now again, isn't he?
This is what I'm saying. What is it with Arsenal? What is it with players that sign for Arsenal? They play 1 or 2 games or half a game and they get injured.
And Matt Ryan.
I don't get it. It's like they must think, oh, well, we'll just do what Ozil done for 7 months. We'll sit there and collect a wage.
Yeah. But
not play.
Matt Ryan come in and he was injured like in training, wasn't he? So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks short.
He did well this weekend, yeah. He played well.
Yeah, he looks all right.
He kept us in the game.
But again, I would like to see him try and do it against players like Salah and Mane and, you know, the top elite players and see if he could do it against them as well.
I reckon he could. I reckon he could, because if you look at his games for Brighton, he kept like Liverpool in them, didn't he, really? If you think about
true. Yeah, true. I think City have got it this year, haven't they?
I think it looks that way, doesn't it, at the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon it'll be close between City and United.
Maybe.
City, United, Liverpool and Leicester, I think.
Liverpool won't
they
in my opinion.
They still got to play each other as well, haven't they? City United.
Mm-hmm. Say again?
Yes.
They've still got to play each other at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
I think it's at Old Trafford, isn't it? City and United.
That game will make the title.
Yeah.
That'll be the title deciding game.
Liverpool have got Leicester on Saturday, and that's a big game as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like Liverpool hadn't lost at home for 2 years, and now they lost 3 in a row at home. Mad, isn't it? It's like...
That's this season. It's without the fans. Like we said it earlier. There's how many away wins? There's more away wins than home wins, and that's the first time ever, I think. So since the start.
But that's because I think
if fans would have been at our game against Liverpool when we beat them 7-2, imagine the atmosphere on that game. That would be like mental. But if fans were there, I don't think we would have done it.
But I was going to say, if fans were there, do you really think you would have won 7-2?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when teams are going away from home this season, it seems like that they're not. There isn't that pressure of the opposition fans. There isn't that, and it's just to them it's a neutral ground.
Yeah.
You go away from home, it's like, well, they ain't got the fans behind them. We don't have to, we ain't got the pressure and everything else, or they're not drowning us out or things like that. We just play our game.
Yeah.
I think when fans are back in, I think it would go back to normal-ish.
That's what I mean.
But then it could be the whole thing it could be the whole thing again. Like this season, teams ain't afraid of teams anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look how many teams were afraid to go to Arsenal. Now everyone knows how Arsenal are going to play.
Yeah, well, everyone knows how Arsenal are going to play for 3 or 4 seasons now, really. But
yeah, teams just ain't afraid of teams anymore, and it's like
I still get nervous watching a Villa game.
I'll get nervous watching Arsenal every week. I swear that club's going to be the death of me.
Yeah, same. And I think I'm kind of gone. Unless it's Spurs or a big game, I'm kind of beyond argumentative over it now as well.
Yeah. If the only game I get really annoyed. The only game I get really annoyed at now is against Tottenham, because it's the game of the season for us. You know, home or away, you want to beat them. They're your rivals. They're your main. But any other game, I kind of got to the point now where I don't really care, because I expect
Wolves
it.
And West Brom, I always get mega nervous all the time.
It's Derby game. What do you expect?
Yeah, Derby game.
Your main rivals are obviously Birmingham, aren't they? Though, they're the 3, aren't they? Birmingham, Wolves, and West Brom.
Wolves and West Brom. Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously, Birmingham's the main one.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to bring Kieran and Bernie. I'll bring you 2 out so that me and Wayne can just wrap it up, if that's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Nice one. Thank you. Thanks for joining anyway. And of course, best of luck with your FA Cup game, Kieran. And of course, Villa are out of the FA Cup, aren't you? So
you just had to mention it, didn't you, Mike?
We got to, because we went out early.
Well, they went out at the same time as us, actually.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Before us, wasn't it? Maybe, but anyway.
The week
before, yeah. But yeah, cheers, Kieran, as well.
No bother.
Yeah, my battery's gonna die, mate. So I'm gonna have to shoot off as well.
That's fine. So yeah, we'll actually just wrap it up then. So thank you for joining, and hopefully we'll do a little preview and review with Russ actually for the Leeds game. Yeah. So
yeah, man.
Nice one. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. All right. Laters.
Cheers. Thanks, mate.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.